Hello guys, and welcome to another TKGgames tutorial. Today we're going to be solving problem 29, which is called distinct powers. It states, consider all integer combinations of a exponent b for the values 2 to 5 for both a and b. Then it gives us some examples right here. So just looking at the first one, we can see that we need two for loops, one for the base and one for the exponents. If they're then placed in numerical order with any repeats removed, we get the following sequence of 15 distinct terms. How many distinct terms are in the sequence generated by a exponent b for the range 2 to 100 for both a and b? So just looking at this, you can tell that the maximum a b exponent, right, is going to be 100 to the exponent 100, which is a huge number, so we can use big integer to store that. Also, since we're looking at distinct numbers, we have sets, and we know that sets cannot allow duplicates, so we can use that to store it. And then we can just return the size of the sets, and that will give us the distinct values. So let's go ahead and solve that. I'm going to be using Visual Studio Code today, just because I want to take a break from IntelliJ. So let's go ahead and create a class in here, and it's going to be distinct powers.java. Do a public class distinct powers, right? And let me just close this right here. All right. So what we need to do is pretty much create a method, and let me kind of increase this a little bit. Okay, there we go. So do private static int, because we need to return the size of the actual list or set. So it shouldn't be it should be an int, and then we can just do a distinct powers here. All right, and this is going to take in two big integers. I'll do big integer start and big integer end. All right, so what we need to do is create a list to hold the powers. So I'm just going to say var set powers is going to equal to new hash set. All right, and we need big integer for the type. All right, and then because of the way I want to create the for loop, we can let's just make a copy here. So we're going to say copy is going to equal to start. I just want to get the start value. All right, so we're going to say var for actually start dot compare to end. If that is less than or equal to 0, we're going to say start. It's going to equal to start dot add big integer dot 1. All right, so that should take care of the outer loop. Then we need an inner loop for the exponent. It's going to say var exponent. It's going to equal to copy dot in value, and exponent is less than or equal to end dot in value. Do exponent plus plus. So now all we need to do is just use the set powers, and we need to add, we do start dot power and exponent. All right, and this is pretty much it. Once this loop is done, we can go ahead and return the set powers dot size, and that's pretty much the logic for this problem. All right, then what we need to do is we need to go ahead and create main. So public static void main string. All right, so what we need to do is pretty much get the start. So it says start is going to equal to big integer dot 2. All right, and the end is going to equal to big integer dot 10, and we use power here and pass in 2. So that should give us 100. Then we do a system.out.println, and we're gonna do distinct powers, start and ends. All right, and let me just pull up the command prompt. So I saved this on my desktop on a folder called Euler. So do desktop / Euler. All right, and just do dir. See that we have one file in there. Do Java C D. Hit the tab key. Enter Java D. Hit the tab key again. Take up the dot class and run this, and you should get 9,183 for the answer. Let me kind of go to the properties and make this a little bigger. All right, and you should get this. All right, guys, this will be it for this tutorial. One more thing, actually. So what I've been doing is I created a repository with the solutions. So I added comments in, and some of the solutions I completely changed because I found a better way to do it. So by trying to put these questions on the repository on GitHub, what I did was I added comments in there. And for some of the tutorials where I didn't create a file, where I had like a file, for example, like this one right here, and I had no IO methods to actually read from the file, I actually added those in. If the data is like really small, then I don't. But I created the folders for it, so you can see it's Euler 1, Euler 2, all the way to 16 right now. I have roughly a lot. Actually, I have a lot more questions that I've solved than I've actually put on YouTube. And just because it's on YouTube doesn't mean that you're gonna get the same code. There's some of the codes that I wrote. Let me see right here. Some of this is the same. This one's I didn't change much on here. Let's see, 13. That's the same one I looked at. Let's see, 15. This one right here. Let's see. Yeah, so this one right here, the runtime at that time was like 1 second, and I took it down to about 0.007 of a second. The problem is because I realized that the answer was a composite number, and you can use primes to actually increment by primes, and that was to give you the right answer. There are some ones where I actually rewrote new methods. If you look at, for example, just go to 1. I added in a new thread class there for the second solution because I was trying to optimize it. And even though it's never going to be faster than short-circuiting, it's just another alternative solution to look at. But what I did was I created a class that implements the runnable interface, and then I created some threads, and I changed the solution just a little bit from what was actually posted on YouTube. So you guys should probably just look at this if you guys want to get the code for yourself. But what I do is I create the solutions, and you will have as many print out statements as many solutions or different ways that I wrote the algorithm for this. All right, and yeah, that's pretty much it for this tutorial. I'll see you guys in the next one. But if you guys want to look at the solutions for the code, I will put the repository under the comment section, all right, under the description section for this video. All right, guys, this will be it. Peace.